How's it going, interwebs? Max here, and we're going to be doing a video on top 10 aesthetically pleasing warframes. This is completely my opinion. I'm going to be going down 10 to 1 which warframes I believe are the most aesthetically pleasing and are, in my case, my favorites to customize and make a fashion frame with. Without further ado, we'll get into this list. Coming in number 10 is Banshee Prime, or Banshee in general. I like Banshee because of her very unique kind of styles where you can change her helmets and they change drastically. You got like a Triceratops thing going on here, kind of like a female Excalibur almost. You're coming into like the blades. I really like these helmets. That kind of looks like a female Loki. That one's really cool. The Prime, that is my favorite helmet for this. It's between the cat one and that, but that just looks awesome. I haven't really changed her colors too much. I really like the Prime on her. And that shoulder piece, to me, just adds it. Adds a little bit of armor to her just to spice her up a little bit, but there's really not much I need to do to this. I really like the way she looks. And at number 9, we have Excalibur Poster Boy. I really like his aesthetics. He has a ton of different skins. He has a ton of different skins. From his regular to Immortal, Obsidian Obsura. Like, has a ton of skins. As far as I know at this moment, without really looking into it, he's got the most skins that I can see. And it's for good reason. He looks great. For Banshee, I didn't really have more than one for her. I just really liked the way she looked. But for him, I mean, I can customize him in so many different ways that I kind of have a yin and yang thing going on here. But yeah. As far as the armor goes, I just like to bulk him up a little bit, make him look a little beefier, kind of like a green stalker, I guess, with that chest piece. But this is my main Excalibur, what I usually run when I run him. I just like the green energy. When I get the new augment, his energy color will be changing. Most likely to white, but we'll see how that goes. And at number 8, we have Ember. I'm just going to be showing the Prime variants because those are the ones I spend the most time on and how I edit them. This one I do have to edit a little more. The armor kind of throws me off on this one, but everybody usually goes with something like this with Ember. A lot of reds and oranges, and this was my original with her. I don't know why I put it on B, but this is what I usually ran with her to begin with. And then I changed to this, just because I like the cooler colors on her. As you can see, I prefer the Phoenix helmet over pretty much anything else. It doesn't look too bad, but I prefer that. I have 2 of those. The new skins do not look bad at all. Like, I may revisit her aesthetics because that looks really, really good. And at number 7 we have Loki. Now Loki is one that's very near and dear to my heart. I ran him quite a bit when I was first starting out. Honestly, this is what I ran. Just his main. Didn't do anything. Didn't even add a side in. I love the way Loki looks base. And when you change him, this is what I got to. I took hours upon hours looking at all of his helmets and really looking at it. And it was between his Prime base helmet and his Incubus helmet. And I just really like the way he looks. I was going to go for like a devil red and black, but I really like this. The armor just adds to the kind of pointed
new alert marked on
devil.
navigation, Tenno.
Awesome. At 6 we have Inaros. Inaros is one of those weird frames where his alt helmet should have been his original. I mean, I'm looking at his other helmets here, and that it does not suit Inaros. In my opinion, Inaros should be Anubis. That should have been his base helmet. The Tenjin helmet actually looks quite nice. I would definitely change the color scheme if I were to go with that, and the armor. But I may do a B slot with that. His B slot right now is basically just a a yang version of his yin, white to black. I usually run with this though. That's what I prefer. Changing his colors and everything. He colors very well. That's one thing I haven't mentioned about the other ones because their coloring's okay. Inaros' coloring I really like. He has the touches of orange on his chest and on his stomach, on his legs, on his little poof. It's freaking awesome. Next up we have Frost. Now Frost was my first Prime. He is very, very near and dear to my heart. And I've gone through so many renditions of how I have my Frost look. He used to be a big, bulky blue. He used to be big, bulky green. He used to be red and black. And now that we have the Empire skin, the Emperor helmet and the Emperor skin, I went to a good old-fashioned white and gold. And this just looks, in my opinion, amazing. The red energy just kind of gives it a little bit of contrast from the white. But on contrary to this, I have a very yang version. I tend to do a really bright version, a really dark version of a Warframe. And who could resist the shiny abs? I mean, this to me is like Stalker's Frost. I'm really torn as to which one I like better. And I worked quite a bit. Like, I probably spent an hour making each of these, just for the color schemes and the armor pieces and everything else. It's really hard to tell which one I like better. Up next is Equinox. Now, Equinox and her, I'm going to say her because to me Equinox is a female frame. That's just how I work it. Interestingly enough, I run day form most often, but coming into this selection, it's very close to the base. I've changed only a couple things. I mean, I've lightened up the blues and I've kind of blued up the whites with a darker red and kind of like a gunmetal gray instead of a black. Her night form looks, to me, that looks friggin' awesome. I don't use night form a lot. I like damage dealing when I'm Equinox, but when I am night, I really like the aesthetic of it. And then day form, to me, is what makes this frame. That looks so sick. Again, a very yin and yang. I don't have a B slot, sadly. I just don't play with her aesthetic as much as I do with everybody else. I'm just very, very happy with how she turned out in the first one. We got the dragon himself, Chroma. Now, I always run Ice Chroma, doesn't matter what I'm running, so it kind of makes things interesting when I'm fashion framing with him, because I always use white or black energy. Here we have the Drevni or Drevni skin. It's really cool with the axe blade nose. Using gunmetal kind of makes it look like an actual blade. It shines. The lava cracks or fire cracks in his skin just make this a very dangerous looking frame. And that's kind of like the more elegant side to it. Obviously, I had to use the Dynasty. This to me looks really, really nice. All the very nice grays, different shades of gray kind of fitting in together, the orange to kind of pop the color out. And who can show a Dynasty skin without showing the pièce de résistance to the Dynasty skin, the Zenistar? This thing, I don't have holsters on, but that is awesome. In mission, that is like, look at that, and then I think I have it on my, just for comparison's sake, there it is. Like, just the sheer size difference. Zenistar is definitely more pleasing to the eye. Back to my Hirudo. Now, this was almost a coin toss. Number 2, we're going to go to Necrosis. This was a very big toss-up. This was a coin, like, literally came down to a coin toss the last second between 2 and 1. And, I mean, to me, it's very clear why. They're very, very awesome frames. Necrosis with his helmets. I mean, there isn't a helmet on Necrosis that I don't like, minus the newest one. Or I guess maybe not the newest one, but the Shroud helmet. It's newest to me because I haven't bought it yet. But I mean, the Prime helmet looks really good. Not with this color scheme. That it's between that and that for this type of scheme. But I mean, I've changed to this. Like, this is like, again, yin yang, lighter with darker, and then gold. And I mean, you can, that's signed out of there because I don't run this. This I literally just put on to run into a relay or something. When I'm actually running him, I run this, and I love that helmet. That Tenjin helmet makes this fashion frame for me. And at number 1, now I am very upset that Ash made number 1 because I never use him. Ash has maybe seen a combined total of 10 hours usage, if that, in the year and a half that I've been playing Warframe. And this new Tenjin stuff that's coming out for him is really going to make me play with him more. The Koga skin came out, and that made just, you'll see my other quick build on him. But between that and this, like, that looks awesome. Now, you can change in colors and everything, but this is what the white, the red, the gray, like, that's very neutral and very base assassin-like, and that's exactly what Ash is. It's just space ninja assassin. His B, I kind of played around with more of like a shinobi, like 9 clans ninja. Gold and purple is kind of a big thing that I play with, as you saw in Necrosis. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and like if you like this video. If not, then put down in the comments what I could do differently, and hope to see you guys in the next one. Thanks a lot.